Right. So in this question, which is 2023 6-mark question, right? An agricultural college has a herd of dairy cows. It is always better to highlight the important parts of this question. Data collected for the cows is stored in arrays. Data stored arrays. It says array, so we are expecting more than one array there, right? The data stored is the name of the breed, ease of care rating, that breed. For that breed, 1 is the highest, 3 is the lowest. The number of cows in the herd, that breed, number of cows, the volume of milk per day for a cow that of that breed. The college wants to present the data to farmers and recommend the best breed of cows for them. The best breed has the highest care rating and the largest volume of milk per day for a cow of that breed. Okay, so looks fine. Write a program to calculate the daily volume of milk produced by each breed. Add this daily volume to the data structure TBL daily volume. Display a message informing the user what each field holds, such as breed, rating, volume per cow count, and total volume. Display the data for each breed. Calculate and display the total volume of milk produced each day by the herd. Find the recommended breed. Display the recommended breed by name. All right. So this is how they want the output. All right. So let's get going. You open this, you can see instead of giving you a 2D array, they have given 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 1D arrays, and there's an empty array for us to add the daily volume of milk. Right. So let's start. First thing I would be trying is to get the details like this. Okay. To display the details like this. Fields. Okay, so let's print the fields first. Right, now when you're printing the fields, that is a method that you can use to get a tabular output, a table-like output, right? So let me show you how to do that. Right, so this is how we can do it. We can use the format function for this, right? First, you have to specify it like this, less than 15, or in fact, the curly bracket. So this means that you are giving a maximum, this is the amount of space that you would be giving. Right? After printing each field name value, after printing each value, this is the amount of space you will be keeping. So it's a number here. $15. So it looks like this goes from 0 to 14, 15 spaces. So this is for the first field. And then for the second field, same as before, less than 8. Again, curly brackets, colon, less than 12, curly brackets, colon, less than 8, curly bracket, colon, less than 8. Right? Why do you have 5 of them? Because we have 5 fields. And then you put dot format. And then you put the titles that you want. So first is the breed. There, of course, you need to put commas. Then you have volume, a cow. Then you have count. Then you have volume per day. Right. That should be another bracket, right? All right. So it was here. This should be, there should be double quotes over there. That was a mistake. So all these space numbers should be within double quotes and then dot format. And then you should have the field values again within double quotes separated by comma, right? Okay, next is I need to print uh, all the values, data values from each array. For that, of course, I need to use a for loop, a loop that would go from index 0 to the total length of the length minus 1 of the array, right? So all the arrays are having the same number of values. So this one is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12. So the loop should go from index 0 to 11, right? So for it's always better to write the purpose of the code. So this is to uh, print the headings with formatting. Right. So for index in range, zero to, so I'm going to use the length of one of the arrays. That's tbl underscore read. So this will go from 0 to 1 less than the length of the array, which is 12, and 1 less than 12 will be 11. So 0 to 11. Right. So I can use this same index to access values from all the arrays, because the same index refers to the same value. I mean, the related value. For example, zeroth index in breed is red chittagong, and the zeroth that will be related to the rating 1, which is in the zeroth index. That will be related to 6 cows, which is in the zeroth index. So all the indexes are relating to the same record, right? The same indexes are relating to the same record. Okay, now when you're printing the values, again, you need to keep the same spaces just like here, right? So I'm going to duplicate this one. It's the same number of spaces. So print like that. And then dot format. And then you need to include the values, right? So how do you access the values? Using the index. So first I need to output the breed. So that comes from tbl breed, right? And what's the index? It is the index variable. So initially this will be 0, which is referring to red chittagong, right? Okay, keep an eye on the type of data. This is text, that's fine. And here I'm going to use comma because it's the format function. And the next one is from the rating, and it's the same index. So I'm going to use the array name, same array name, and it's same index. Right? Same index refers to the same related data. So that's the index of red chittagong. Okay, so next is volume. They want the volume next, volume for cow. Oh, I have missed the rating here. Yeah, I have only 4, right? So the rating should be there. All right. So rating is done, then the volume. Rating volume. So that comes from this array and index. And then comes the count. That That's coming from this array, and it's the same index, followed by volume per day. Volume per day. Right. So how do you get the volume per day? Volume per day would be the count and the volume multiplied, isn't it? Count and the volume multiplied, right? That's because this volume is per cow, and these are the number of cows you have. So you have to multiply the number of cows by the volume per cow, right? So that is TBL volume index multiplied by TBL count index. That is the volume per day. All right. Right. So I think I missed another bracket here. Two brackets are open, right? One is in here, the other one is there. So two brackets closed, right? Okay, now I'm going to run this and see whether I get the formatted results. Perfect. Right, there you go. Perfectly formatted, right? So this number is the number of spaces you have right there after printing each value. Okay, so try it out. And for example, if I increase this value, see, was kept, right? So that's quite interesting. Right. Volume per day is also there. So the next thing we had to do is, so we got it like this. Are the values correct? 45, 112, yes, correct. And then they say, calculate the daily volume of milk produced by each breed at this daily volume to the data structure TBL daily volume, right? So we need to add it to this one, right? This blank array. So if you're adding a value to an array, it is called appending. So how do you append? Using the append function, right? So that's the array name, append. And what I'm going to append, you're going to append the multiplication of this, right? Because that's the uh, volume per day for a breed. Right. So again, it's important that you comment on these. This is displaying the records with formatting. And here, adding daily volume for a breed into the blank array. All right. So the next thing is to what do you need to do? Displaying the message informing the user what each field holds, such as breed, rating, that we have done. Display the data for each breed, that also we did. Calculate and display the total volume of milk produced each day by the herd, the total herd, right? That's everybody, right? So for that, we need a variable. Okay, I'm going to define a variable here. It's going to be called total volume 0. And when you calculate the daily volume, what you can do is you can add it to the total volume straight away. The moment we calculate the daily volume for a breed, we can add it to the total volume. So how do you do that? So this will be adding daily volume to the total volume. So total volume equals total volume plus the daily volume. So daily volume, of course, I haven't stored it in a separate variable. If you want, you can do it. So I'm just duplicating this multiplication again here. Right. If it was stored in a variable, we can just add that variable to this one. Right. So that's the total volume. Should we display it? Yeah, you can see it's displayed at the end, right? So let's display it at the end. At the end means it should be out of the for loop. So print total milk volume is right. I'm concatenating the print, the output. So I should use str to convert total volume, which is a number, into a string before concatenating, and then concatenate with a text saying liters. All right, let's see whether I get the total, grand total, you can call it. Perfect. That's 905. That's exactly what they have displayed here, 905.4. Right, now the trickiest thing here is recommending the breed, right? Display the recommended breed by name. So they have given a clue to recommend, right? The best breed has the highest care rating, right? The highest means the lowest the number, right? Because 1 is the highest. So the highest care rating and the largest volume of milk per day. Right. So what is the method? What is the technique you can use here to recommend? Recommend the best breed. What's the technique we can use? Well, the technique what I used was, now first we need to give the priority to the rating, right? So rating 1 is the highest, right? So if you are devising a method, I think, now since we already have rating 1 here, we can devise it only for rating 1. But if it is a solution, it should work for the ratings as well, because if rating 1 wasn't there, we should look for rating 2, isn't it? So the technique I used was this, to check rating 1 first. If it is rating 1, I check the volume. Okay. So it says highest care rating and the largest volume for that. So first I check rating 1. This is 7.5. You can't take that. Rating 1, 15.2. You can't take that. Rating 1, 18.3. You can't take that. Well, yeah, you can take it. It's 18. Rating 1, 9. Right? So when rating is 1, I need to take the highest volume. So it's just a matter of finding the largest value out of a range of values, right? Where the rating is 1. So I need to pick the largest value or the maximum value of volumes for rating 1. If rating 1 wasn't there, I should have taken the largest value for rating 2. If rating 2 wasn't there, I should have taken the largest value for rating 3. Okay, so it's like finding the maximum value in a range of values. It's pretty easy, right? So I need to start with a variable. Now you remember how you find the largest value in a range. So I'm going to have this is for rating 1, so I'm going to put it as rating 1 max rating 1 max volume equals 0. If you're looking for the largest value in a range of values, remember to start this maximum with the lowest possible value. If you're looking for the smallest number in a range of values, remember, then this variable will be called minimum something, right? Then you should start with the highest possible value for that minimum variable, because we keep on looking for minimum values and we update the current minimum variable. And here what we do is, the moment we find a larger value than the current max, we update the current max. That's the technique we use. So if you're looking for the smallest value, you have to start with the largest possible value, right? Let's say it's marks, test marks, then the largest value would be 100. And your purpose is to find the lowest mark, then you start with 100. The moment you find a lower value than 100, you update that 100 with that lower value, right? Which is the current minimum value. And at the end of the loop, you will have the minimum value. Okay, so we are looking for the highest value, maximum value. So you start with the lowest possible value, that's 0. And also don't forget that we need to, the moment we find a larger volume, we need to pick the breed. We need to pick the breed. Otherwise, if you try to pick the breed later on, that will be the last index. So I'm going to have a variable called best breed, which will record the breed, my best breed. And now best breed, what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to take the text value, I'm going to record the index of the best breed. So it's going to be a number, right? Right. Now, how do you do this? You need to first check whether the rating is 1, right? So if TBL rating index, don't forget that you are still inside the loop, TBL index equals, it should be double equal because you are checking for a value, checking whether the value is true. So if it is 1, that means the rating is 1. Then you need to check if TBL volume index, right? What is this? This is the current volume that you're looking at, the current volume, right? Is it volume for day? Oh, it's the largest volume of milk per day for a cow, right? So we need to be looking at this one, right? Not this one, right? So what is this one? Table volume index, that's this volume. Okay, so you need to check this against your current maximum volume, which is this one, right? So if this volume right? For rating 1, red Chittagong, this volume is greater than the current volume. What do you have to do? We need to update the current volume to this volume, which is 7.5, right? So we do the same thing again and again, right? Only if the rating is 1. So the next rating 1 is here. It's 15.2. 15.2 is larger than the current maximum volume, which is 7.5. So what you do is you replace 7.5 with 15.2. Then you carry on the same task, right? Next is 1, rating 1, which is 18.3. Now 18.3 is larger than 15.2. So what you do is you replace 15.2 with 18.3. And you continue until the end of the list. Again, it's 1, 9. That is not greater than 18.3, so you don't need to replace. And at the end of the loop, you have found the largest volume for rating 1. That should be the recommended breed or the best breed, which is Jersey. And if you see their output, it is Jersey. Got it? Right. So this will do the justice. But as I told you, the moment you find a larger value, you need to record the index of the best breed. Otherwise, what will happen is after running through the for loop, at the end, the index value will be the last index of the array, right? And the last index will be Gloucester. That's not what we want, right? So the moment we find a larger volume, we need to record that index, right? So how do you do it? That's why I used another variable called best breed. Take the best breed. And what do you record in this? As I told you, I'm going to record this index here. So I copy the index and put it into best breed. Fine, done. And lastly, here I can recommend print best breed, right? And best breed, I need to output it just like they have done. Best breed or the recommended breed, Jersey, rating 1, volume 18, right? Okay. So the recommended breed, right? Recommended breed. I'm going to use concatenation here. Right. So how do you get the recommended breed? This time I need the name of the breed, right? So I have recorded the index, which is in best breed. So I can use this index to access the name of the breed from TBL breed, right? So TBL breed simple, right? TBL breed. And I have recorded the index as best breed, right? That will give me the name of the breed. And then I need to put the rating, right? Rating. Let's keep a space. Or we'll keep a space with this rating. Right. So how do you get the rating? The rating is anyway going to be 1. STR1. Okay, we need to display the volume as well. So which means we need to record the volume too. We need to record the volumes in it, right? So we'll record the volume. I'm going to call this best volume. str batch volume, right? But I didn't record it inside the loop. So where should I record? Just like I recorded the index, right? I need to record the volume. So that's best volume, PBL volume index. Oh, we don't need that. We don't need that because we have already recorded it in rating max volume. So we can simply output max volume. Sorry about that, right? So we don't need, it's already recorded in max volume. So I can simply output this one, rating 1 max volume. All right, ready to test? Okay, what's wrong there? Type object is not subscribable. Okay, what did I do here? It should be bracket, right? Yeah, because I'm displaying 1 there. Or else I can simply put double quotes 1. No need to convert. Perfect. Recommended breed jersey, rating 1, volume 18.3. Volume also will keep a colon and a space to make it look nice, right? Okay, so I hope you understood the method. But now the thing is, this works only if rating 1 is there. Now the question is, if rating 1 isn't there, what would you do? I'm not really sure whether they are looking for it. Right. It's a 20-mark question. I think if you have time, it's better to code it for other 2 volumes as well. Like if volume 1 wasn't there, it should pick the largest value from volume 2, right? I don't think you really need this, right? Because anyway, they have given data with rating 1. But just in case, if you needed to do that, let me show you how we can do it, right? So then I need to, if rating 1 isn't there, I need to check for rating 2, which means here I need to use elif. So remember, elif means if this is not there, it'll start elif. That's the purpose of elif, right? So if instead of elif, if you put if, both if statements will be run, right? So if you want to run one of the statements in if, you need to use elif there, right? So elif TBL rating equals 2. Right. So if it is 2, it's the same method, right? I'm just copying this, right? Only thing is, I need to have separate variables for this, right? This will be rating 2 max volume, right? Rating 2 max volume. And this will has to be, yeah, this is fine, right? This is fine because this will anyway be used if index 1 is, I mean, the rating 1 is not there. So this is fine. Just to make this sensible variable, only I put rating 2 max volume. Right. Then here it can't be 1 all the time, so you need to record the rating as well. Right, so let's put rating as 1 there. So if it is executing this, it will be rating 1. If it is executing this, it will be rating 2. Anyway, when this is run, let's say we have rating 1 and rating 2 as well. So it'll anyway find the best breed of rating 1, and it'll find the best breed of rating 2 as well, because elif means it is checking each and every record, right? It is checking each and every record. So in the first one, rating is 1, so it executes this one. In the second one, it's rating 2, so it executes this one. Right, but when you're outputting only, we need to check if rating 1 was there, we output the best breed. If rating 2 is there, we output the best breed. Right, so I'm using rating 2 to record. Right, this has to be a variable that I have here equals 0. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing for rating 3 as well, because I'm going to display how this works. Yeah, best breed also, I think we need to have separate variables here. So best breed 1, best breed 2, 1, best breed 2, and best breed 3. Right? Okay, I'm going to duplicate this for 3 as well. Okay, so what are the changes we need to do? This has to be 3, and this has to be 3, this has to be 3, this has to be 3. Rating also we need to change, isn't it? Rating yeah, because we need to record the rating as well. Rating 1, rating 2, rating 3. Otherwise, what will happen is, like if in the last record, that will be the rating it will record, which may not be the one we want, right? Okay, so why did I do all these things? Because now this program is supposed to work even if rating 1 isn't there, even if rating 2 isn't there, and even if rating 1 and 2 aren't there, right? So let's output this according to the rating. No, we can use the same variable here. Eh? We can use this to find out whether rating 1 is there or not. So it's the same variable, right? So if rating 1 is there, at the end of the for loop, rating will be 1, right? Then we need to output the best breed for that, right? If rating 1 wasn't there and 2 is there, 2 and 3 are there, then the rating at the end of the this thing rating can be 2, it can be 3 even, no? No, I think we have to use a Boolean variable. Yeah, we'll use a Boolean variable, right? So rating 1, whenever we find a rating 1, we'll make it true. Rating 1 is true, right? Rating 2, whenever we find rating 2, we'll make it true. So we are using a Boolean variable. Whenever it is rating 3, we'll set it to true, right? And then we need to start these variables as false. Rating 1 is false. Rating 2 is false. Rating 3 is false. Okay, right. So whenever there's a rating 1, this will be set to true. Whenever there's a rating 2, this will be set to true. Whenever there's a rating 3, this will be set to true. Now at the end, we had to check like this. If rating 1 is true, right? If rating 1 is true, we output this message with rating 1. Then we put elif rating 2 equals true. We output the message for rating 2, right? This should be best breed 1, best breed 2, and this should be 2, and rating 1 max volume, rating 2 max volume. Okay, right. Elif, because of elif, only one of them will be run, right? Rating 3 equals true. That means if rating 1 is there, it'll output this, right? It has found the best breed for rating 1, rating 2, rating 3. But if 1 is there, it'll output this message. If 1 isn't there, it'll go to this one and check whether 2 is there. If 2 is there, it'll output this one. If 2 isn't there, it'll go to this one and check whether 3 is there. And if 3 is there, it'll output the next message, right? Okay, where should we change? Best breed 3, rating 3, and there should be rating 3 max volume. All right, now let's test it. Okay, should be double equal because we are checking whether the value is right. Single equal is assignment, remember? Single equals is assignment, right? So still it works fine. You can see it's outputting the jersey, rating 1. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all the rating 1s, right? So that rating 1s won't be there. I'm going to make them 10 just to show you that rating 1 is now not there, only rating 2 and 3. Okay, if there's no rating 1, what should be the best breed or the recommended breed? It should be rating 2, the highest volume. Rating 2 highest volume is this one, right? 21. That should be I share 2 and 21. Okay, let's see whether we are getting 2 and 21, right? Perfect. Right? Okay, now suppose we don't have rating 2 either. So I'm going to make them 20. So that only rating 3 will be there right now. Okay, so if there's only rating 3, what should we get? What should you get, right? The recommended breed or the best breed. It should be rating 3 because now it's the best breed, best rating we have, because we don't have 1, we don't have 2. So we should go for 3, and it should be the largest volume in 3. So largest volume in 3 is 22. No, sorry, 23. So we should get Carora, right? Okay, let's see whether we are getting Carora. Perfect. So that's how you customize it for any situation. If rating 1 wasn't there, it will still work. If rating 1 and 2 aren't there, it will still work. Right? If all ratings are there, still it'll work. Okay, I hope you understood. But I don't think you need to do that for this particular question. Just checking for 1 is enough. Right? Otherwise, it'll be much more complicated and more work and more time. Certainly, we need. It's better to check the mark scheme. I didn't have access to mark scheme. So I just wanted to show you how something like that can be done. Right? So the method I used was a Boolean variable here. Right? So always if rating 1 is there, this will be set to true. If rating 2 is there, this will be set to true. Rating 3 is there, this will be set to true. So at the end, I can use elif so that I can run only one of these at a time. Right? So if rating 1 has been there, I output this one. Then I don't need to output 2 and 3. If rating 1 wasn't there and 2 was there, I can output only this one. And if both these are not there, I can output only rating 3. All right. Okay, so hope you understood. See you then.